Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This is JunkerNecker and my name is Leah. Today is Friends Friday with Heidi Sonbull, and there's a group of girls, including me, joining her in making spring DIYs. Below in my descriptions is a link that says hop to the next person. When you click on that link, it will take you to the next channel. Each person will have a link in their descriptions, and that'll take you all the way through the channels that are participating today. So let's hop to my first project. This is a bird nest with candy eggs. I started with glass that was flat on the bottom and rounded somewhat on the sides. Something that you would imagine a natural bird nest would look like. So I covered the glass with some craft paper and put down a layer of Mod Podge with a brush and started adding some twine. I've seen a lot of people make some beautiful bird nests with twine and nautical rope, but I wanted mine to be a little different. I wanted it to go in a haphazard direction, something more like a natural bird nest would be. So the majority of the Mod Podge is going to be on the bottom. It's going to give it a firm foundation, and the loop-de-loops that are hanging over the sides will have little or no Mod Podge on those. You'll see what I mean in just a moment. Once I had it all together, it looked something like this, a messy bird nest with all the little loop-de-loops and strings going in different directions. So I set that aside to dry overnight, and the next day I peeled back where the Mod Podge wasn't holding the string onto the paper and just cut that away. In hindsight, I likely could have just folded the paper in on itself to be in the bottom of the nest, but I just made an extra step for myself. Oh well. Now once I had the excess paper clipped away, I added in some more natural elements to the little nest. Now it's not really natural that you get moss from the Dollar Tree, but here's some Dollar Tree moss, and it does look natural. And then I added in a few little twigs that I picked up in my backyard. Now I wanted to add a marshmallow yellow peep to this, since I already had some, but I figured out that would be too mushy and it wasn't going to last very long, so I found that I had this little yellow bird from the Dollar Tree. Clipped it on the side and it looks so cute. Now, these are Tootsie Roll eggs. If you have some little ones in the house, you may want to leave them in the wrappers, and they look just as cute in the nest in the wrappers. But since I don't have littles, I went ahead, took them out of the plastic, and popped 3 little blue eggs in there. Isn't she sweet? I think it turned out super cute. Project number 2 is a framed bunny with carrots. Some people may think this is Easter specific, but I think it's great for all through the spring. I started with a Dollar Tree frame. This is just a cheap plastic frame that I painted with some folk art multi-surface paint in green with a foam brush. Now I have to brag about this paint because I really wasn't sure. Even though it said multi-surface, it listed metal, glass, and wood, but it did fantastic on this plastic. On the second coat, you'll see that I did a lot of pouncing and gave it some texture. I apologize for the glare from my umbrella light, but I hope you can see what I'm doing. I got some scrapbook paper and cut it to the size of the frame. And the cat has to be all in what I'm doing. And then on the frame, I was adding some of these candy carrots that had the powder inside, which I've already eaten the powder out of there. And the onion grass I thought would add a little something to it, but it just wasn't working out. So I just went with the way they were. And I glued 3 in the upper right corner. After I got them glued down, I wasn't exactly happy with how they were positioned, so I do end up moving those later. And you'll see that the paint stayed intact even though I ripped the hot glue off. Now I found this little standing bunny on Google Images. It was free to print, and I cut it out with my Cricut in a purple color, because I do love purple. And then I put everything together. This is where I was peeling off the carrots and, whoopsie, repositioning them. And that just covered a little more of that top right of the frame. See, didn't mess up the paint at all. And there it is. I think this is so stinking cute, and it will definitely stay out all the way up into summer. Project number 3 is a candy-filled vase. Now this is just a Dollar Tree vase, and I used some of the chocolates that I bought from the Dollar Tree. I stuffed the green filler, whatever that's called, that you usually put in an Easter basket. Stuffed that down to the bottom, added 2 packages of the colored eggs, and then I planted my carrots around the edge. And then I added in some spring florals that I had clipped off the stem. And you'll see in just a minute how that looks. I think it's a really cute centerpiece. So pretty. Number 4 is a lollipop tree. If you're like me and you haven't been out to buy spring specific things yet, this is something you can do if you've got something similar on hand. Now I just took this bucket that I had and I wrapped it with some of the brown paper, tied on some spring ribbon, glued some styrofoam in the bottom, and that's the stem from the previous project's flowers, where I had snipped the blossoms off. I knew there had to be something I could do with these leftovers from flowers. I put my leftover Tootsie Roll eggs in the bottom. And for the lollipops, they're plastic sticks on those, and they just fit right over the, what you call it, floral stem. And I did 2 of those in the pot. And then the extra lollipops I just stuck down into the styrofoam around the bottom. And that's super sweet as well. And here's all 4 projects together. I think they all turned out super cute. Now be sure to hop to the next person's video using the link in the descriptions. I know you'll love what you're going to see there. And thank you so much for watching today. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you join me.